Well, have you ever felt as if your life was overwhelmed by all the pressures that surround you and all the struggles that have found you? Well, now don't you hide your light. Take a chance and open wide. We will be the change. We will be the change. We will be the change that you want to see. And the world will change. We'll be the change. We'll be the change that you want to see in this
Now, isn't that a great song? Those are inspiring words. Thank you, Anthony. And the band is sounding very rich this morning, is it not? Yes, thank you to everyone. So now we're going to actually turn within. Each Sunday we do a meditation, and anyone who's been on the spiritual path knows the power of spending time turning within. So how we do that here in Calgary is we sing this chant, I guess, a couple of times as we go in, then it'll be a guided meditation, and then we'll float back out.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace. We are held in the hands of grace. We are held
close your eyes and to settle in to your seat and bring your awareness to your feet. Imagine, if you will, that your feet could sink down through the floor and right into Mother Earth. And as this happens, imagine that all the busyness of your life, all the overwhelm, the decisions, the ups and the downs, imagine that could begin to flow down your body, down your legs and into the earth. Just letting it go. Letting go. And just be. Now imagining that all the nurturing, all the strength, all the goodness that grows everything on this planet, imagine that could begin to come up through the ground and into your feet. That you could draw up all that nurturance and belonging, strength and stability. That you could draw that all the way up your legs and right to the base of your spine. And allowing yourself to settle into that. Again, connecting to the underlying calm. Nice. And then drawing that energy up your body and right to the heart. Bringing that nurturing and calm to the heart. And feeling it flowing in. How easy that actually is when we stop to do it. And now, if you will, bring your awareness to above your head. And imagine a brilliant white light, knowing that this light is a healing light, and it brings with it a deep sense of well-being, rejuvenation, vitality. And imagine this healing light shining down on the top of your head like the warmth of the sun. Knowing that this love and light from that which created you, that there's nothing you need to do or be to receive it. Allow it to come down over the head and down the neck. Gently around the shoulders, like a cloak of comfort. Feeling comforted. I'm all right. Here in this moment, rest into that knowing that no matter what is going on in your life, here in this moment, you are all right. And letting that love and light meet in the heart and feeling the strength of your own spirit. For you are a magnificent creation. You can claim no ego right to that. You didn't create you. far greater than you created you. So you can enjoy and open to all that you are with no sense of being overly proud. It's owning the truth of who you are. We breathe this in, knowing it is so. We rest into it, taking a moment of silence now to be connected to your own truth, your own divine essence. Feeling the peace of this, and knowing that this place is there for you always. We're so thankful for this inner sanctuary. Thankful for this time together. And so it is, as we are held in the hands of grace.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace. We are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace. We are held in the hands of
Lovely. Well, as you bring yourself back to this room, I know that's not easy. This morning, our speaker this morning is a relatively new member to our community, but you wouldn't really know that because he's someone who arrived here wholeheartedly. Cecil Wontner appeared on our Unity doorstep about December of 2017, so not that long ago, just over a year ago. And he came in with a presence of wanting to be connected, wanting to see what was here, what could he learn. And really, to me, he is what the song was just at the beginning, to be the change. I didn't realize at the time, but how close that coming to Unity was to the passing of his wife. I think it took extraordinary courage to step forward when he was still in time of grief. You inspired me, and you still inspire me. He dove into the teachings of Unity. He began to read and strengthen himself and want to not only grow and change at the young age of 87, but to make a contribution to others. And to that, I am eternally inspired by. And so when I asked him if he would like to speak this morning, he was kind of like, me? Me? Me speak? And it was like, of course. He brings a great wisdom of his life and his love. And what we don't know often about people is who they are before they get to unity. And for Cecil, his life has always been about education and growth and change. He is taught from kindergarten to graduate school. He has a Bachelor of Education, a diploma from the Faculty of Education, and a Master's of Science degree from Unity of Calgary. He is ever growing, learning, and changing, and it is my pleasure to be welcoming and having him share his insights with us this morning. Please welcome Cecil Wontner.
Sometimes, sometimes, ladies, gentlemen, you are in a position and you think you've got everything taped, and then suddenly somebody stands up and gives a meditation, and we have tremendous music and so on, and you think, well, really, I haven't got that much to say. Anyway, when I was asked, I sort of was stunned. Would you like to talk on the 24th? That's 6 weeks from now. 6 weeks may not be enough, I thought. Well, things started to come together. I scrapped 4 versions and settled on one, and this is what you're going to have this morning. Our spiritual fulcrum. That was the working title. But as I worked through it, I wished I hadn't used it. The title that came to my mind is The Privilege of a Lifetime is Being Who You Really Are. As we think of our March theme, I'm open to a deeper understanding of the spirit within all people. We are one. The direction for that is found in Unity's 5 basic principles. These principles can be compared to a spiritual fulcrum. You remember a fulcrum from high school. That's the point on which a lever turns. And then you went into English, and a fulcrum became the way that people influence an outcome. Well, here's the start. I want you to go back to your early days in Unity and help me frame a incident that I was privy to. In January of 2018, I was fresh with Unity, bright and sparkling, slept in peace, woke in joy, and anticipated the action of the Spirit. Housework was no problem. I made my breakfast, did the dishes, cleaned up, made the bed, and went out to the bank. The news was great. So, got back into the car and followed a classic red Lincoln. Beautiful car. The fellow who was driving it, you could see he was wearing a top hat. The rest of the people around me were wearing a toque or a cap. He had a coat on, everybody else had a parka. So, it got slow going into the parking lot. And I thought to myself, what's going on here? Come on, let's speed it up. So, the red Lincoln paused and then went on, and I saw it was causing the problem. It was a sign. Please, please help me. I'm desperate. I have 3 children and no money for food. Please help me. Well, that's a bugle call. I found the first handicapped parking spot I could find and parked. And then I heard a voice. and the voice I knew very, very well. Leave your wallet in your pocket. Get up, lock the door, walk down on this side of the street, and find out what's speaking at the end. My dad was a Royal Marine, and he never minced words. My mother could use the metaphor, but Dad always was blunt and to the point. Well, I did as I was told. Went down. What did I hear? We should do something for this lady? Oh no. All she wants is booze money. Well, that will never happen to me. Well, there but for the grace of God go I. What ran through my mind was Blake when he said, "Can you view another suffering and not feel pain?" I was intensely angry. I turned and started to walk away, and the top hat started walking up. A very slow pace. Top hat, black overcoat, white scarf. Gosh, I am old. When I was growing up, the overcoat had always had to have a white scarf. So, he walked along. A slow, measured pace for a minute or two, and I thought, what's up? If he's going to do something, get up and do it. But he did. His walk became brisk. He came down and said something to the woman and helped her to her feet. And I guess he must have said, take the lid off the can, I want to put something in your coffee can. So he put a picture of Mackenzie King in her coffee pot. For those of you who haven't seen a $50 bill, that's the picture of it. She looked at him, and being a teacher, you get ready to read lips. And she said to him this, which is, "God bless you, sir." And he replied, "He does continually." Well, I couldn't take this anymore. I had black and white, so I took off. And I turned back, just to take a look. The sign came down and was coiled. The broomstick was put in the green garbage bag, and so was the sign. And they started walking towards the store. Well, I had to sit down and think, so I got up and walked very fast. I got in, picked up a basket, threw a flyer in it in case I had to sort of watch and pretend I was doing something else. And they came in. Surprise! He seated the lady, pulled out one of the chairs, put his hat on it, and went over to the coffee. Well, the lady in charge of the coffee was, remember those Salada tea ads where a woman was sitting in a chair and a fellow went to sit in the chair? Well, that's the picture we had. He turned and he talked. Eye contact. And he talked. Good morning. And suddenly, this person became very, very much alive. She took the tray and dusted it off. That's telling the lady something. But anyway, she put on 2 mugs, the fixings, took the tray out, and with one hand and the coffee in the other, poured the coffee in that. The response was magnificent. I thought, oh my God, I've got to watch this. Something I can use in unity. So, he went and said to one of the fellows that mentally handicapped ones that look after the buggies, bring 2 buggies over here, the 2-tier kind. Can you do that? Well, thank you very much. The warmth that he exuded was catching. About 2 buggies over, they went out. Now, sometimes when you're shopping, you feel the clerk is blind in one eye and has a patch over the other. And this happens. And I can appreciate where they are. But this time was entirely different. Fellow picked up 10 pounds of spuds and put it in his basket, and the produce manager came up, walked over to him and said, those have been on the stand for 2 days. I'll bring you a fresh one. They came in this morning. Really? I was astounded. This went on. The manager came out and had his hand somewhat like this, and the gentleman with the top hat said, "Good morning. Your staff is most obliging. It's a joy to shop in your store." Well, that's good to hear. I've got work to do in the office. So when you come for a fight and there's no fight, the best thing you can do is retreat. Now, they went to the cash register, and luckily for me, Karen was the cashier. She and I had many a conversation. And she said to me later, he asked her to put in her number. So she put in her number, and then he said, you know, we're going to have an awful lot of groceries here. You're going to need a cab. Oh. So she started to walk. The manager came back. "Oh, I'm glad to see you. Haven't left. I'd like to have a word with you." "Oh, you want a taxi? Well, we'll get a taxi." Got a taxi, and he said, quite frankly to her, "I think I've got a job for you. But you won't cry." They made an appointment for the next morning, 10 o'clock. He took her over to the customer service, got a cab, and came back and said to the fellow, "I'll help you put the bags in the taxi. We don't want to put them in the trunk because things get lost." The taxi came, the man left, the manager left. The manager came back and said to Karen, "What a nut! Do you know what he did? He paid the fare, gave the driver $10 for carrying all of the groceries upstairs, and a $5 tip. Now that's stupid." And Karen responded, "You know, you might say that. All of you ladies know what she's just told you." It didn't ring with me until I was on the way home, and then it just fired right up. Okay, that's the situation. Let's take a look at it from a viewpoint that examines some of the elements. The first one I want to think about is what's being spoken. What's speaking? Is it love? Is it fear? It's one of those two. Because fear wears many, many faces. Many faces. She wants money for booze. Real thinking, what if I ever have to beg money for booze? I'll never be like that. Rejection. Running away from something that's nasty with a sneer and a false sense of, I'm out of it. And there, but for the grace of God, go I. My father's favorite saying when my mother used that. Sin-soaked, sentimental smuggery. Beautiful alliteration. When the fellow came down the way and talked to her, I felt a surge of energy. A surge of energy like I haven't felt before. Everything changed. And he was the sort of the fulcrum of the change. I learned more from that. But let's turn to the unity basics. God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. True. I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and everyone. That's oneness. Now, we don't know, a lot of people don't know too much about Charles Fillmore. But Charles Fillmore went to a log cabin at school, one room. And that's where they usually stop. Big mistake. Because Charles Fillmore met Edgar Taylor. They became very good friends. And Mrs. Edgar Taylor, Carolyn, was a graduate of Auburn College. And in those days, the men would say, why send a woman to college? With a fairly straight face. But what she did, she realized Edgar's father was a military man. He would be in the army. What did that mean? He had to have an education. So, oh, Charles, maybe you'd like to come in. I'm going to be talking with Edgar and we're going to be learning Shakespeare. That dropped a match into the tinderbox and it flamed. He took to the training she gave him like a duck to water. And here's the smart thing. He had all of the big names, but she taught him to write, to spell, how to think in terms of, is this main idea appropriate for this statement? Is it appropriate for this? Or is it contrary to these? He had to think and put things together. He worked with her for 3 years. 3 years, that's a college education. He also had another great teacher, Emma Curtis Hopkins. Now, I may be telling you stuff you already know, but just review it. Emma Curtis Hopkins was a fantastic genius. She entered a school at 15. At the end of the month, she was put on the faculty. That's a pretty big move. When she finished her college training, she became the editor of the Christian Science Monitor. Now, that is a big step, but she had a problem. She was very good looking, she knew how to wear clothes, and she could wear a hat and talk on the stage. And there may have been some jealousy, I'm not saying there were, but she eventually was excommunicated forever and forever and forever from the Christian Science Church. So, she set up her own college and came and visited Kansas, and talked to Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And they were alike. It was meshed. And her comment on the Fillmores, perhaps the greatest healers in the country. Quite a compliment from a woman that started off with the Dresslers, ended up with Ernest Holmes. Ernest Holmes was her last person that she gave the 12 lessons in higher mysticism to. Fantastic woman. Well, Schopenhauer, through 5 chapters, came down to these 2 sentences. Don't read it. You'll fall asleep. But then again, let's step forward. Let's step forward. God is good and active in everything and everywhere. I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me. And those 2 elements are oneness. But oneness, which leads to love, is never in isolation. Never in isolation. I create experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. Ouch. I knew which side of the sidewalk I was on. had the same feeling when I was commanded to take part in a pantomime of the Good Samaritan. I didn't get the worst part. I didn't get to be the Good Samaritan. I got to be part of the donkey and had a blanket thrown over me as I bent over, and Monty was the head of the donkey. I was the other end. And that was the last day, the last Sunday I ever attended St. Michael's All Angels. Now, that sat and bothered me. Really bothered me. And I could go through the paces, but that was always the shadow. Why? Why did I feel angry? I was fortunate. I took an abundant prosperity course from Rihanna, and master teacher as she is, she opened the door a crack, and I was able to walk through. Why are you hard on yourself? I never thought of myself as being on that sidewalk, but I was. And I learned then, as I mulled that over and mulled that over, that I needed to have compassion for myself. That compassion could have articulated itself in a dozen different ways from Sunday. That compassion could have taken and broken the prisons that I was surrounded by. It broke mine. I do and give my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. We can't have the word without the deed. And from feeling to thought to words to action, love is the highway we're all on. And I'd like to close with a little thought from Eric Butterworth. Let's still the wheels of the mind and heart, and let that voice that announced our being at the beginning speak to us. Behold, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. You are loved. You are the activity of divine process of love flowing forth through you and as you. Right now, you are centered in that contact with the inner flow of cosmic love. That all the love in the universe is at your command. And no one in all the world has any more love than you. And yet it's something you can't give away. It's something to enable you to feel secure, and an energy process so that you can see through this consciousness. See life in general. See the world out there, even in the mundane things that the news accounts reveal, and the people around you, and the people close to you. You can see all this in the consciousness of love. In this consciousness, you're going to find freedom, a freedom that you've never known before. Praise God for the truth that makes us free. Praise God for the consciousness of that truth we have today. Thank you.